I'd be home by 9. Hell, I tell her that most of the time. Whoa, baby, don't know, won't hurt her too much. Whoa, I'll tell her where, but I won't say what. Oh, now I'm dancing, oh, I'm dancing. I'm dancing with the devil. Oh, now I'm dancing, oh, I'm dancing. I'm dancing with the devil. Oh, pour me a whiskey, oh, barkeep. Oh, pour me 4 more so I can sleep. Oh, yeah, stumble out the door with my keys in my hand. Tonight I'm gonna be a gambling man. Oh, now I'm dancing. Oh, I'm dancing. I'm dancing with the devil.
Hello and welcome back to the Otter Creek in Rio Grande and the third video on the Dabler Mill Supply Company. So I've gotten some things finished since the last video, and I thought I'd start here with a few things just kind of to get started. So my original plan on this particular wall right here, which is the back side and will not be seen from the operating aisle, was to put in a different sign. I originally wanted to paint this Lucky Strike emblem, and I tried 3 different times in various different ways to mask off this area right in here so that I could spray paint and then create a stencil. I'll just say that turned out to be a lot more challenging than I thought it was gonna be. I think the size of the logo that I was dealing with probably had a lot to do with that, and having or not having the right kind of tape to do it all kind of coincided with my lack of experience in doing any of that kind of thing. So I ended up going with this, which works fine. So now the other thing is that after I spent about 4 hours doing that and getting rather frustrated in the process, I went ahead and decided, well, I'm going to move on to something other than masking and painting, and I went to put on this dock. And I followed the instructions. The instructions said to put all of these supports onto the wall first, then put the dock in. And the dock has these slots here that are supposed to interface with this little tab there on the top of the support structure. And what I found out was I should have put these into here first. I think I would have been successful had I done that. Turns out that these little things, extremely brittle, extremely fragile, and by the time you went to go put this in and then try and put it down where it was supposed to be and then kind of move these back and forth to get the slots to line up, 3 of these broke. And after the 3rd one broke, I was like, I've had it. And I just took my finger and went and broke all the rest of them off, because I'm going to have to scratch build the support for this, which is not going to be that big of a deal. It might actually look better than what the model supplied. But, so that's one thing I'm going to have to do that's going to require a little more time than what I initially thought. But, you know, looking at the model right here, this is going to be the primary focal point, I think, of the whole kit once it's completed and installed on the layout, because there'll be one track coming in here, And so I'm going to try and pay pretty close attention to how all this works eventually. And there's another little, that's the office. It's complete, ready to put on wherever it needs to go, which I think will go right here on the finished build. So enough of me yammering. Let's get started. I'll jump in here and show you where I'm at the moment. I have completed the dock and I can't swear that it looks better than what the original would have been, but it's going to work just fine and no complaints there at all. I've gone in and added lots of signs here, there, and everywhere. Tried not to get too carried away, but that's one of those things that it's easy to do. You know, you start putting signs on and then you're like, oh no, I've overdone it. But these are all ready to go, and I'm at a point now where I'm actually ready to put the first 5 walls together. And let me show you what I've got before we do that. We've got this wall, which is the back side of the brick building. And so you can see the signs I've added there. And again, I've gone with the E. Carroll Company. Might be kind of goofy sounding, but you know, it's not going to be the E. Dabler, but it works. I think that's going to be fine. That's one of the 5 walls. And then there's this one, which I just added one simple chicken feed sign, I guess. Proud hen, a bigger one. So there's that, which this is actually underneath the awning of the front of the office area for the brick building. And then this is the office area, or what I'm kind of thinking of the office area for the brick building. And I've added just a couple of signs here that I thought I wanted to keep this area fairly clean. And I did go back in here and I added a little more paint underneath where the awning would be. And then of course there will be a porch of some sort right there. And there's a cross wall that goes in between the brick building and I guess what is the actual mill. And you can see the tabs here. I couldn't help myself. I went ahead and added another wall on the back side of this, just in case some of this area could be seen, and you can kind of peek through the windows and see this if you are so inclined. I don't think anyone driving a train will ever be able to do that from where it's going to go. But I thought, you know, you might be able to peek through this door here. It might be possible to look at that particular wall. It fits right in here like this, if I can get it to go. And so you can for sure see through this open door of those signs. And then at the right angle, I can't show it here without moving the camera, but you could see that wall there a little bit. And that is one thing about the kit to keep in mind if you're doing this in an area where you could see the front of the building here, the way this goes together. There's nothing structurally, I guess what you would call prototypically accurate for the area just behind this door and window. So if you end up being able to see through this door here, you're going to be able to see the back side of this with nothing there. And so, you know, if you care about those kinds of things, that would be something to consider. I'm sure that that will not be seen in where it's going to be at on my layout. But if it was going to be seen on yours, that might be something to consider, is you could recreate this whole thing here and make that in such a way that they actually connect and made sense. So, and that's where I'm at now. Hopefully I didn't do too much with the signs in here. I think it'll be okay. But I'm ready to start gluing this together. And I think the best way, that the instructions don't really tell you which you're supposed to do first. They just say, hey, put these walls together. I think I'm going to put these two together first, and then get the cross walls and then put the brick on last. I think that's going to make the most sense. So that's what I'm going to do next. All 10 or 12 of the walls of the superstructure are now all glued together, and I think as it stands right now, I'm on step 21 of about 50 steps. Can't remember if it's 50 or 48, but it's just almost 50 steps. And, you know, I've got lots of things to do still. There's an awning that goes here. I think that, you know, there's another porch over here. I'm not sure, but there may be another built-up porch here. I can't remember. And, of course, you've got the roofs. And there's, I think, 2 separate structures that go on top of the roofs as well. So I still have quite a little bit to do. Now, these are dry transfer. And that's the first time I've ever done any dry transfer decals. And I really like those. Kind of makes me wonder if you can special order dry transfer just like you can regular slide decals, because that's pretty nice. I like the way that turned out. Now, I don't know if you noticed in the pictures, but when they first came on, they were extremely kind of shiny black and looked completely out of place on this dilapidated wall. So all I did was go in with Tamiya white that was super, super, super thin. We're talking, I don't know, like 90% alcohol and 10% or less of the actual pigment in the paint. And then just kind of went over, I know I probably made 5 different passes before I kind of got it toned down to where it kind of fit on the building without looking like, you know, Earl just went in and painted the the advertisements on there over paint that should have been painted, you know, 15 years ago. So once again, I've got roofs, porches, trim, quite a little bit left to do. This is not where the building is going to go. You're looking at the side that's going to be away from the operating aisle. I'm going to go ahead and move it and close up with some final thoughts on where this is going to go. Where I originally wanted this structure to go was right in here somewhere. I was going to come off of the track here and do a switchback into it. And after taking measurements and, you know, doing a little track planning in the CAD, it just became pretty apparent that I was going to be forcing it. And, you know, it was just going to look like an industry kind of hanging off the side of a mountain, and it wasn't going to work for me. So I kind of gave up on that. Instead, I'm pretty sure what's going to go here is the Campbell Scale Models Silver Spur mine. I've got that, and just look forward to that as a future build sometime. Don't know when, but I'll get to it eventually. This is a close approximation to where I think the structure is going to land. This is my second choice. I have a third choice that I'm not going to discuss here that will be at the other end of Cloud City. But this is the far, I guess what would be west end of Cloud City. The time saver is over here to our right. I'll probably throw up the track plan just for better reference. But what I'm thinking, best case scenario is I might be able to cant this a little more and maybe bring it this way a little bit. It's all going to depend, because this is what will be the dual gauge main line, and then coming out of the time saver will be narrow gauge, and it needs to come around the back side of this building and then split into the engine yard. And I'm wanting arrival and departure tracks on the other side of this. So it's still possible that this won't work. I'm just not 100% sure, but this is what I'm leaning towards. I think that what's going to happen is that the loading and unloading on the other side of the building, on the back side, that's probably just not going to work. I would be tickled pink to have just this one track going to it, because I think that is the focal point of the whole model anyway. Now, I found it interesting that this structure here, this loading, unloading shed, whatever they call it, is pretty much the Farmers Co-op as a standalone kit, also offered by American Model Builders. And as I recall, it comes with a cardboard floor, and you can detail the inside. This does not have a cardboard floor. Because that door's open, I think probably what I'll end up doing is putting in my own floor, and then this wall here, there should be a door back there going into this larger space there. So I would like to see a door there. It'll be closed, but then also be able to see into the larger space. That's going to be really cool when lit up. Let me show you. in addition to having lighting back here, I will probably have lighting here, here, and here. There's another structure on the top up here that I think will also be lit up. And then I think maybe even this spot in there would look good with some light in it. So those are all things that I'm going to consider as I work with the roofs. So that's where I'm at the moment. It's looking like there's going to be maybe 2 more videos on this. I don't know. You know, for those of you who subscribe to the Otter Creek and Rio Grande because you like the layout updates, I know it's been a little bit. I will get to a layout update, I promise. Just not going to be here real quick because I really want to get this completed before I move on to anything else. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the future on the Otter Creek and Rio Grande.